Hey friends, today I wanted to do something a little different. This is more vlog style than my usual videos, so bear with me. But I was just finishing my Master Gardeners class, and the final for our Master Gardeners class was to do a presentation. And one of the gardeners in the class decided to do hers on Tenacious gardening, and I thought it was an amazing phrase and topic to talk to you guys about, because I don't think anyone's really born a gardener. I think more like anything, some people have more of an aptitude for it, they just take to it naturally, but again, like anything, you can learn it. So how do you learn most things? It's by trial and error, right? Like, you don't know how to tie your shoes when you're a kid. You don't know how to dribble a basketball. You don't know how to do math. So these are all things that you learn. And, you know, her story was that, you know, she grew up going to her grandparents' farm and loved it, but didn't really know how to garden until she started trying it for herself. And she stuck with it because she knew it could be successful. She just didn't know how. So, you know, continued learning, continued trying, perseverance, I think are all great attributes for gardeners, because we certainly will kill things. And it's not because we did something specifically wrong, the conditions weren't quite right, or, you know, we put it in at the wrong time or something like that, and the plant didn't survive. But it's not like it's not worth trying again. The same plant could grow in your garden, maybe requires a little research and moving something around. I think we've all done that. I know that has been, you know, when I started the channel, that was my story. You know, I've learned to garden just by doing and moving and trying and failing and all of that. My grandmother I thought she was an excellent gardener. She just wasn't the best teacher. So I enjoyed working with her outdoors. She allowed me to weed, that was about it. But I always enjoyed the process of having my hands in the soil, getting something to grow from seed especially. I think that's like the most fun that I have in the garden. But I do enjoy just, you know, planting things that are, you know, I've purchased and I'm planting them. I love doing my annuals. I love the color that annuals bring. But there is something fun and magical about a perennial garden where you're trying to find things that will bloom all season. And like, that's kind of a game I play with myself, where I'm, you know, constantly, I'm looking at my garden, constantly trying to find that plant that will bloom at this particular time of the year, so that I can have blooms all season long. So once they start blooming, then bam, I have color all season. And I feel like I've done that in some areas, and others I have holes. So, you know, you're always trying to fill in a gap. Maybe something died, or, you know, that thing that worked last year didn't come back this year. You know, you thought it was going to bloom at that time, but it's a little later this year because of the season, because of the temperatures, etc. So that's the game that I enjoy playing in the garden. But my favorite part of gardening is definitely growing something from seed, whether it is a perennial or an annual. I enjoy both. Just really, especially if it's a perennial and it doesn't bloom till the second year, and you waited all that time and bam, you have color. It's so exciting. You planted it and you waited, you were patient, and you saw the results of your labors. So let me know. I would love to know how all of you got started gardening. Like, what drew you in? You know, sometimes it's your first home and you just really, you know, are excited about it, or your first apartment, maybe you started in containers. I would love to hear from you guys and what got you into gardening. I didn't want to get too heavy with this video, but I thought it was worth talking about that. You know, anyone can garden. It really is a learned skill. It's not something people aren't born with a green thumb or a black thumb and never anything in between, or that you can't move from black thumb to green thumb, because you certainly can. And I think it's always worth the effort, and you don't have to be perfect. You can start where you are and get to the level that you're happy with. you know, your garden is your garden, and however you want it to look is perfect. So that's what I have for you today. I really hope you guys take this and just run with it and go find that plant that you really want to put in the ground and practice. You know, do the research on one plant. You know, where is the best light situation? Where, you know, how much water does it need? Does it do better in the ground or container? Depending on what you want to do with it, you know, make your decision and see how you do. That's all I have for you today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.